Okay, so we're live. And hopefully we are live on both Facebook and Twitter at the same time. The question I'm trying to work out today is whether I can see the comments on both Facebook and on Twitter at the same time, which will be interesting. So we've got nobody watching at the moment, so it's just a test. I don't know if people will come into this or not. Let's have a look at Facebook. We'll go to Facebook. I'll put that there and see if their comments come up. I don't seem to be live. Right, Holford Live. Hi, Matt. Now, right, I can see your comment. So, are you watching me on YouTube or are you watching me on Facebook? That is the question I need to know. So that's what I'm trying to see if I can get this streaming on both at the same time. So that's what our little test is now. Oh, you're welcome, little Matt. But are you watching me on YouTube or are you watching me on Facebook? That's right, YouTube. Okay, so I'm getting YouTube comments through, which is good, but I don't know whether I'm getting Facebook. It's not on. Right, okay, so Facebook is it. Right, YouTube. Okay, so I'm getting YouTube comments through. So I need to turn that down. Okay. Chris Peachy is watching with you. Okay, so we've got Chris watching on Facebook. Facebook here. It comes up. It comes up. It comes up. That's marvelous. So I can now. So yeah. So there you are. Look, I get Facebook and I also get YouTube. That's amazing. All right. That's really pleased me. So that's wonderful. We were talking earlier on, so now I know I can see both Facebook and YouTube. Hi, Scorn. This is just what I'm testing here is I'm just testing to see if I can see Facebook comments as well as YouTube comments if I'm streaming on both channels, but I can. Yeah. Yeah, I can see. It's all right, John. Yeah, I can see that. John Rigby, hi. I can see that you're on Facebook. It actually even gives me a little a Facebook icon on Facebook people and a YouTube icon on YouTube people. So this is quite cool. Hi, Joseph. How are you doing? What do we all think about this new signing today for Blackpool? We were talking about this earlier on this morning. What do you think about this new lad from Sunderland? Yeah, I'm on now. I'm on. Yeah, I'm totally live. I'm testing out, John. I'm testing out. Yes, I'm live. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. Fonzie's going. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it if he is going. I quite like the Fonz. I must admit, it's yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment to me that Fonzie's going. Let's have a look. We've got Darren Humphreys. Hello, Darren. So what do we all think of this new lad from Sunderland? Are we signing, people were saying this afternoon that we're signing lots of young kids, but not a lot of experience and an average squad age of 24 at the moment. So do we need some experience in the side, do we think? Or he's already gone, has he? Fonz has gone? Oh, blooming heck. Where have we seen that? Is that on Twitter? To just check Twitter. Yeah, he does look a decent player. I've been on the Sunderland sites and they all say he's yeah, we've got a cracker, but there's a few people saying they haven't seen a lot of him, and also there's a few say that he's a bit injury prone. So I don't know. Yes, on Twitter, on the official site, Ryan, is it on the official Blackpool site? Let me have a little look. Or is it coming from rumour sites? Blackpool FC. Oh, yeah. Thank you for your great service to the club. Oh, no. It's gone. The Fonz is gone. He's left to join Bolton Wanderers. Oh, I don't wish him any luck there. Hi, Stephen Roberts. I'm really not happy about all these Blackpool people going to Bolton, because I'd normally want them to do all right, but not for Bolton. Not for Bolton at all. Yeah, Ryan, it's confirmed. So the Fonz has gone. So we're losing a bit of experience, aren't we, at the moment? We've lost Nangele, we've lost the Fonz, we've lost Spearing. So, you know, we're losing. we haven't got Hennigan back yet, have we? So yeah, Mike Gilts has gone as well. Yeah, blimey. So all blooming ex-Blackpool, isn't it, at Bolton? I really can't stand Bolton. You know, I just think Ian Everett's going to do all right. I mean, I really like Ian Everett. You know what I mean? I've said quite a few times he came, he came to see me dad in the hospice before he died, and I've always got a bit of a soft spot for Ian. And when I went over to Barrow with Jane last year, not pre-season, and we had, he gave me an interview after the match, which was fantastic. But I can't wish him well at Bolton. Yeah, David Scholes. Hi, David. We do need a few older heads. Younger players are great, but they lack consistency. I'll put that up on there. So that's David Scholes' comment. Yeah, you see, this is pretty cool, and I can put your comments up on the screen. I like that. Joseph Smith is saying Gilts is at Bolton. Apparently he is. And Ryan's saying we're looking to get Kieran Dewsbury Hall back on loan. Hope so. That'd be great, wouldn't it? He's a good player, isn't he? But again, it's all youngsters, isn't it? At the moment, we're signing youngsters. They all seem quite pacey, which is good. I do like pacey players. I don't mind that. But Joseph, you had a dream, did you? Kieran Dewsbury Hall was back. Yeah. No, this is really cool. This is I've got this new software. It's called StreamYard. It's going to make it a little bit more easier for me to kind of talk with you and put your comments up on the screen. I can also invite people into the live stream, which we're going to have guests on, which is going to be pretty cool. I think we can get live guests on, which is really good. What positions do I think we need? Right. Well, if we lost the Fonz, I think we need an experienced centre half for sure. I think defensively we're still lacking a little bit, aren't we, in defence? We've not replaced Nangele unless they're thinking that Gary Medine, goal machine, is going to replace him, and Nuttall gets his mojo together under Critchley. We've got this Jerry Yates, but I don't know, if he's going to be that fantastic or not, to be honest. He looked all right for Swindon, didn't he, last year on the videos, but you watch your highlights video and that doesn't tell the whole story. But, Swindon did want him, so I presume he's a good player. But Nangele is going to be hard to replace unless we're going to play a total different system. Because if Feeney goes as well, I don't know. These aren't kids, says Darren Humphrey. Let's put you up there. These aren't kids. Average age 24, hungry and pace. Well, that's one thing I do like. I totally agree with you there, Darren. I like a team with a bit of pace. Pace kills teams, and if we've got a fast attacking team, and I've said it before, if we play in that Liverpool style, then we're in for a good, good season, aren't we? No, I won't be ever inviting Alan back on. That was just, honestly, Matty, I was just trying to see how many people I could get on the screen at one time, just to try it, really. Because I want to see how chaotic it was with this show that we're doing on Monday. We've got this Footballers Vloggers podcast coming on Monday night at 8 o'clock, and potentially we could have 10 of us, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to be too many people on. Who has joined Bolton, says, right, here we go. Giles is saying we need a goalkeeper, a winger, a midfielder, a central defender, and a striker. So, yeah, and as soon as we've lost Fonz, it seems like they're making way for people, doesn't it? If they got rid of Fonz, I don't know if he's a high wage earner. He's been with us a long time, hasn't he? Scorn is saying who has joined Bolton. Well, we've just said that the Fonz has gone to Bolton. I think Matt Gilks is there at Bolton as well, isn't he? Christmas came. Christmas came early. It's not a Christmas tree, no. It's just it's what it is. It's those you've probably seen them. I don't know, home. What's it called? That place, the Range. They're like twigs with little LED lights in them. So there's twigs with LED lights in them, and then I've got like a UV light, blue one lighting it up. So it's not actually a tree. It's just, would you believe, it's just like those straight twigs, like white twigs with little LEDs in. I think it looks quite pretty. Chris Peachy, love the direction we're going in with young players who will improve instead of journeymen. We do need a general in the ranks, though, with proven experience. Yeah, definitely. I'm all for kids and pace and ambition and all that, but you do need that mix, don't you? That good mix. Some experienced players, because sometimes they need it, and I think if you have too many younguns in mid, in the team, they can make mistakes. Be nice if Critch could come on board and explain where he's going with transfers. Yeah, it would be nice to know why we're getting rid of players, wouldn't it? Because some of these players I wouldn't have actually got rid of. Oh, Jilks is in as a player coach at Bolton. I think that's a good move for Bolton, but I don't wish Bolton any good. No, I'm not letting people join in, Liam. This is just purely a test. This one is a test to see if I can stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time and see the comments from both Facebook and YouTube, and I can, which is brilliant. I can see everything. I can see all the comments on YouTube, and I can see them on Facebook too. So it's kind of easy to negotiate. Is the Fonz Delfonso? Yes, that is Delfonso. It certainly is Nathan Delfonso. Ooh, Nathan Delfonso. Mr. Dorr, there we are. So confirmed now for our live stream on Monday, which is the Football Vloggers Show. We have got Matchday Max on, who is very popular on YouTube. He's a Nottingham Forest vlogger, but apparently he's very, very popular. How many followers does he have, Mr. Dorr? Dorr's quite popular as well. Dorr on Tour. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, he's going to be on our live stream. He follows Nottingham Forest. I'm a big fan of Dorr, friend of Dorr, Mr. Dorr. So it's going to be great on Monday. If we've got Matchday Max on, it'll be superb. One Rovers Vlogs. Evening, One Rovers Vlogs. Are you okay? You'll be very happy with Jay Spearing, won't you, One Rovers Vlogs? I'm sure you are. It's a great signing for you. Yeah, it's absolutely it's brilliant. Oh, Matthew's going mental. That's really good. Yes. Scorn, what part of Nathan Delfonso has gone to Bolton? Are you not getting? Told you 3 or 4 times now. Nathan Delfonso, if you go on Twitter, Blackpool have wished him well, and they have confirmed that Nathan Delfonso is now a Bolton Wanderers player. What's this about? One Rose always saying, I have to get back to you on Twitter next week. I go on holiday tomorrow. Okay, well, have a nice holiday. Where are you off to, One Rovers Vlogs? Anywhere nice? Some sunny climes? So what's this we're getting? Oh, right. So he's got 6,000 followers, which is good, isn't it? It's really good. But you both wind each other up. So it should be a cracking show on Monday. If you've got Dorr and Matchday Max on having a go at each other, should be brilliant. So make sure you tune in for that. 8 o'clock Monday on YouTube, and it's live, so we can all talk to you. Stephen Smith says, should there be any concern about the amount of free transfers? I personally would like to see some sound investments in proven talent alongside good maturing players. They've not all been free, have they? I thought we paid a fee for Jerry Yates, didn't we? Did we not pay a fee for the guy? They're all undisclosed, of course. The lad from Swindon as well. Did we not pay a fee for him? But yeah, I agree. We are getting quite a few. Oh, okay. One Rovers Vlogs is going to Turkey. We'll have a nice time in Turkey. Should be great. It's all falling apart, Scorn. What are you talking? We don't start until September. They're obviously getting rid of some players that don't want to be here, and they're bringing in young, hungry players that do. So it's certainly not falling apart. Not yet. It isn't. We'll talk about that middle of the season in Christmas time. That's when it normally falls apart. Stephen Roberts is saying he thinks the Fonz kind of knew he was in a struggle for first team football. Not surprised, just disappointed in the choice of club. Honestly, I'm 100% with you. I can't stand Bolton Wanderers. I can't even understand why anybody would want to go, why any player in the right mind would want to go to Bolton Wanderers. They're a club I don't even know how they're still here. I'm not even sure if they'll finish the season, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah. 250,000. What's this? 250,000 for Yates and CJ Hamilton. Yeah, so we are spending money. They're not all frees. Yeah, it is a little bit mad. Oh, for you, yeah, you. Trammy Rosa sounds 6 already. That's really good. So you're going for it. I think you're a bit upset, really, Rovers, that you got sent down. So I'm sure they want to bounce straight back, and we'll be watching you and we're wishing you very well. And just stuff Bolton for us because we can't stand Bolton. We just can't stand them. Yeah, they are League Two, but they should be out of the league completely. They got rid of Bury, didn't they? They didn't get rid of Bolton. We got Brett on a free second time round. I think we did actually get him on a free, didn't we? You know, I'll tell you a funny story about Brett Ormond. I was driving a taxi for my dad when I was really young, and I got a Manchester City scout in the taxi, and I was talking to him. You know, a Blackpool fan. He was a chief scout for City. I picked him up from town. He lives in Bolton somewhere, and he said, he said, you've just signed a young lad. He said, a really good lad. He said, I've been trying to get City to buy this lad for ages. He's a cracking player, box to box, runs back, you know, speed to burn. He said, it's called Brett Ormond. He said, honestly, you're going to love him. And boy, did we love him. Flipping heck. I've never forgotten. I remember, you know, telling my dad the next day, because it was like, you know, I was working late on a Saturday night, something for my dad. And, you know, I was like, we signed this lad called Brett Ormond. This Man City scout I had, he said, he's mustard, and he was unbelievable, wasn't he? Brett Ormond was just, oh God, I'd actually say he's my favourite player of all time, to be honest, Brett. I just loved him. I honestly, I don't think I've ever loved a player more. And when he got that goal in the Premier League, and he got his goal in every division, I went mental. Honestly, I went mental. I was crying. I was actually crying. I was that happy. Here we go. I want Critch to start raiding the Liverpool Academy. Oh, Ron Rovers Vlogs. Are you Bristol? Oh, you're Bristol, aren't you? Sorry, Ron Rovers Vlog. Oh, so you've signed 6 players at Bristol Rovers. Brilliant. That's really good. Sorry, I was getting you mixed up there, Ron Rovers Vlogs. Yeah, you are Bristol Rovers. It's my bad. I do apologise. So, Ron Rovers Vlogs, by the way, he's a Bristol Rovers vlogger. So, if you haven't checked out his channel, check him out. Give him a subscribe. It all helps these boys. You know, it does help. Subscribers helps. Watch some of the stuff. What's this? Just don't gang up on one vlogger if possible. It wasn't good watching last Monday, was it? No, I thought it was quite a good banter. We were all having a bit of fun with him. He was, for those that didn't watch it, he's a Newcastle fan, and we're just having a bit of pulling his leg, really, because he was talking about Newcastle not being ambitious, and Ben Cosvlogs was digging him in because they spent 40 million on a striker, and then of course we had a lad on from Barnet who was like, obviously, you know, some of these clubs down in the lower leagues, you know, they can't believe that somebody is not happy finishing 12th in the Premier League. But you know, the thing with it all is it's all relative, isn't it? You know, if you're in the Premier League, you do want to finish higher. You know, it doesn't matter where you are, you want to be winning and you want to be the top of the league, which is, you know, even if Blackpool were relegated and started off back in the very basement of football, you'd still be wanting them to win, you know, and that wanting to win goes through every league. You're not happy if you're not winning, you know. Some people say to us, well, you're in League One and we're in, you know, the conference, but you should be happy you're there, but you're not happy if you're not winning, are you? So it was savage. Was it savage? Was it that bad? Blimey. Oh, sorry about that, David. It wasn't meant to be savage. Ryan Barton is asking, am I getting the new season ticket? At the moment, I'm holding back. There's a couple of reasons why. One is I've got to get 4 season tickets because there's Jane, me, there's Alexander, there's Sebi. So we've got 4 tickets about, which is close to £1,000. And they're saying that, you know, they're just going to give us a voucher to watch iFollow, but I don't need four iFollow vouchers. We can all watch it on the same TV. So I'm not quite sure if I want to pay £80 for every game on iFollow. So at the moment, I'm thinking maybe I'll leave it to the half season ticket at Christmas if we're back. But I haven't decided yet. I can't decide. I mean, at the end of the day, I support them and I put my money in usually, but I just don't think that they're offering a very good deal. Because I don't think football's going to be back. I think we're dreaming if we think we're going to be in football before 2021. I just don't think we will. You know, they're talking now about second wave going to be worse than the first. I don't know if it is, but there is talk of that. And I just don't think fans are going to be back in the ground in numbers until next year. So we'll all be following an iFollow, and I'm not buying 4 iFollow tickets. He was a bit shell-shocked. I think he was actually. He actually said he's pretty busy. He doesn't want to come on again. So I don't think he'll be on again. I don't think he really enjoyed it. But you know, well, you've got to be thick-skinned if you're a football fan, aren't you? Yeah, he did actually. I agree with you there. Twice broke his leg and still kept his pace. Ormrod, yeah, he really did. Let's just go back a bit because I'm just catching up on these comments. Stephen Roberts said he's got so much time for Brett. We owe him so much praise. We do, yeah. I mean, he's a club legend and he always will. And he's the only player ever to score in every division for Blackpool, and he always will be. Well, that is, you would think that, wouldn't you, Darren? You would think that the clubs are struggling for money. So, you know, you get the vibe from Blackpool that we're not struggling for money. Really, I don't know how much money Simon Sadler's got, but he doesn't seem to be struggling. I mean, if he's a hedge fund manager, he's probably made fortunes out of this crisis because when everything goes down, they make you know what I mean? He'll probably have billions more than he had before. So I should imagine it's not hurt him at all, really. You will not get them. Well, we're definitely getting one. We're definitely getting one. Jane's getting one. I don't know whether I want to buy 4. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know if I'm not going to be going to matches. 4 tickets to watch it on iFollow. Well, I haven't worked since March, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know at the moment. I haven't made my mind up. I'm on the fence. We cannot let Feeney go, says Scorn. We cannot let Feeney go. Well, you'd hope so, but if he wants to go, we can. I saw actually somebody on Twitter had put there was a spoof thing that Blackpool were buying the league, and with with Simon Sadler, his big hands pointing up with these guns and all these dollars pointing down. It's so unusual for Blackpool to be like buying the league, isn't it? Very unusual. Do you go to pubs before games? Do we go to pubs before games? We do. Jane does if we're away. If I'm at the moment, because I've been doing these vlogs, I've had to kind of stand. We stand, you know, Jane sells the fanzine in front of the number 1 club and I stand by her, and we found that to be the best spot to get like interviews with people. So I've tended to do that. Just to get the interviews and things of interest before the video. So it's kind of changed, but yeah, we used to go to maybe the Bloomfield sometimes, but not always. I've not always gone to football matches to the pub because I've taken the boys, and of course we've been 5 years, not a penny more. So John Rigby saying away games are definitely no for next season. Well, it's looking that way, isn't it? It really is. It really is. Oh, here we are. Well, there we are. You see, Toonami TV is here, so you could come on. Do you want to join me on this stream? Because there's some fans on here say we weren't very kind to you, Sharky. So David Scholes he's traumatized about it all. He thought we were very mean to you. So you can come on the stream if you want. I can put the link up if you want. I'll invite Sharky and let's see if we can get him in. Let's invite him in. Let's put an invite up here. All right. Let's see. I will put the link up for you, Sharky, and we'll put poor David Scholes to rest. He's had sleepless nights over the fact we were so nasty to you. I thought it was just good banter, to be honest. Yep. That's it there. Yeah. Going in there. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Oh, he's here. He's here. So here we are. We'll add him into the screen. Here he is.
Evening, how's it going? All right.
Let me just put my earphones in so I can hear you, Sharky. This poor David Scholes is down there. He's traumatized by how horrible we were to you on Monday night, all ganging up on you, he said. So
no, do you know what it is? Honestly, it was fine, man. It's just banter. I think it's understandable if obviously clubs at the lower end haven't been in the Prem before, or if you have been and you've been in it for like so long and you haven't. Do you know what I mean? It's banter. Do you know, the thing is, if what my point was, what I was trying to make was, if you're in the Premier League for so long, like we have been, and you're not wanting to win something, or you're not looking to want to do something,
sick of it.
Yeah, like you've just said there, like it was on Monday, like Blackpool, I'd rather be in the Championship. That's not like I think it's two caliber of clubs like Newcastle. I'm not saying we're demanding to be in the top 6, but it would be great if we could do what Wolves and like Sheffield United and Leicester are doing, maybe put a bit more money in and challenge. Otherwise, you're thinking, what's the point?
I think with football, and I say this a lot of times, if Blackpool had have sort of like gone out of the league, if we'd have been, the Oysters would have taken us down, or the financial thing, and they'd have kicked us out of the league, and we'd have started right down at the bottom, like Bury are, I would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed the journey back, for the simple reason that we'd have been like walking the league. And when you're a football fan, you really, for your mental state of mind, you need to be near the top of the league. And this is what the point I was saying on the show, that I would have liked to have been a sort of like a boing up and down, down, because although you go down, that's devastating to come out of the Premier League. But the actual excitement of winning and going back in is actually better than staying around 10th and 11th and actually going nowhere year after year after year and not really playing the football you want to see and not winning things and not winning cups and all that sort of stuff. Because as football fans, we're only happy when we're winning, really. It can ruin my entire week, if I have a disaster game. We should have won. And, I can remember when I was a kid, we had some games and I'd come home crying because it was so unfair that, we'd battered a team and then they'd scored in the last minute and we couldn't score, and the referee had disallowed a goal and all this sort of stuff. We'd been offside when we shouldn't have been. And I'd actually come home in tears, and I've always been the same. I've been a bit like that ripping yarns guy. I just want to kick the cat and everything else when I get home. So it's the same, just because you're in the Premier League, it's still watching football, and you want to win, and you want to be successful, and you don't want to finish 12th. And
don't get me wrong. We don't have a divine right to be in the top 7. That's what wasn't said on Monday. What every fan, if you're in the Premier League, wants to challenge for those European spots. I'm not saying we want to be in the Champions League. That's not what we're saying. But the Europa League should be where it's at. Let's try and get that 7th spot, because you think about it. You've had Burnley finish 7th. You've had Wolves finish 7th. You've had Everton finish. Nobody seems to want to grasp that 7th spot. And I think a club of our size should be going for that. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed, but you look at the decline of our football club under Mike Ashley, it's evident. And I'm not saying that if things had changed, it would have been any better. But when you've got an owner who wants to sell the football club, and he has been here for 13 years, if he's come out and said that in a statement, that does not give you any sort of hope for any ambition going forward. And it is frustrating. And I understand there's clubs, who would love to be in opposition. That's understandable. But for where we are, I think we should be looking to challenging that top 10. Do you know what I mean? It's and I understand what you said. It can make or break your week. And people will say Steve Bruce, yes, he's done a fantastic job. I'll give him that. And that's what the expectations are. But we should be doing a lot better than mid-table.
Yeah. And you're not going to sit at home and come back from a game where, you've lost 3-1 to Arsenal or something at home. And you're not going to sit there at home and say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're 12th in the Premier League. Think of the poor Barnet fans who are down there. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work that way, does it? You know what I mean? You're sick that you lost to Arsenal. We were sick. When I was watching Blackpool in the Premier League, I wanted to win every game.
Yeah,
I was devastated when we lost to Chelsea. I was devastated when we lost to Arsenal. I wasn't thinking, oh, well, we're in the Premier League. It doesn't matter that I lost to Arsenal. I want to beat them, I wanted to win, and you'll be the same. And you've had years and years, haven't you?
It's the fan base only when you go to the games. If you haven't been in St James's Park, you haven't seen the club from the inside, because people look at the club from the outside and they look at what the media say and they say, oh, you're this, you're that, you demand. We don't demand as a fan base. We just want a team that tries. We want to see a team that's going to... I'm not saying be like it was back in the 90s, but, want to see an owner that pulls in the right direction with the fans. And when you lose that connection, it's for me, it's heartbreaking. But then again, you could look at Sunderland, you could look at other clubs who've gone down and never come back up. That's happened to us twice, and we've been lucky enough to get back up. That's because it's the pull of the fan base that does it. When we go down, there's an expectation to get straight back up, and we've done it. But if we go down again, I don't think there is a way back. I think if Mike Ashley's still here and we go down at the end, I don't think there's a way back.
Well, you hate him, don't you? I mean, you hate him as much as we hated the Eastern. So there's no love there between you and Mike Ashley. I understand.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what, on Monday, all it was, it's just banter. I mean, I could take it. Do you know what I mean? I would be doing the same thing. If I was a Sunderland fan, in like, say we were in like League One or Championship, and I'd be giving the same back, because I just think it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
So will you be back on Monday? We've got a live stream on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We've got this, by the way. So we're gonna have chats. The deal with StreamYard. So we'll be able to have chat. We'll be able to talk to people live. So it'll be a little bit of a different experience, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if we can. I know I can cope with 10 people. I know it'd be too much, too many. I don't know. We'll have to see, because a lot of people won't be getting a chance to talk. If there's 10 of us on the screen,
and
you can't all be talking at the same time. So I'll have to see how it goes.
I would try, Lee, if I was you try and limit the numbers. I'd maybe try and get about 5 in, maybe yourself including 4 people. I think that's better. I know it sounds harsh, but if people can't get away in edgeways, it's tough, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was also thinking that we maybe could rotate it a little bit, so you could go off for a while, come on and tell us your bit and go off, and not have everybody on all at the same time. So we may have to stagger it a little bit, or else it's just going to be a bit chaos, and a lot of people will just be sat there in a box not saying anything, which won't look. So I was just thinking it.
I see you've made a signing today as well.
We have a lad from Sunderland, a young lad from Sunderland. He's been with them for 15 years. So, he's in our price range, free.
Well, do you know what it is? Some freebies aren't actually bad signings.
It looks all right. And Critchley has known him for a long time and has been following him and everything. So he's pretty pleased to get him. He seems like he's a bit of a box-to-box midfielder. His young lads, he's about 6'4". He looks pretty good. Stephen Roberts is saying his brother's a Newcastal fan, and we have banter with each other, but P&E just gets abused. Well, absolutely. If you're a P&E fan, I'll just kick you off, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, Lee, the thing is, on YouTube, I get it. I get it all the time. People just throw banter your way. That's fine. That's what I'm there for. Do you know what I mean? If I can't take banter, then there's no point in me being on YouTube or having an opinion. I think all opinions matter. Like, some people are for or against Newcastle, some are for what I say, but listen, it is what it is. I'm old enough to take flack.
You sure are. Stephen Roberts is asking you, do they put away fans so high up for a reason at St James?
Yes, safety concerns. There was, to be fair, I am in favour of maybe putting the fans lower down behind the goal for a better all-round experience, and give the whole of level 7 to the Newcastle fans, and then of course put with East Stand, Milburn, Gallagate. I think it's all down to safety concerns. If at Old Trafford, they're the same. I think Man United and ourselves have special permission from the Premier League not to move. I don't know why, but I am in favour of putting the away fans behind the goal, because it generates a better atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you a story. I've only ever been to St James's Park once, and it was I was with my dad. It's a long time ago, and we played you in the cups, 2-legged, and you had Mirandinha playing for you then, and so it's going back in the 80s. I think in the 80s sometime. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. And we beat you 1-0 in the first leg, but we should have beat you about 10-0. Honestly, we were all over you. It was unbelievable. And then in the replay, we got lost. And we arrived in the car park, and the game had already kicked off. And as we're getting out of the car, my dad goes, there's a massive roar. Just, my dad says, oh, they've bloody scored, or, they've equalised. And when we got into the ground, and it was all at that time, it was like a temporary stand.
Yes.
It was all like on stanchions and everything. They were obviously building a new stand there. And we got in, and we were like, what's the score, mate? Are they equalised? He said, no, it's 2-1. We had scored like before you had equalised, but you had Gascoigne playing for you then. Yeah, Gascoigne playing. I think you beat us 4-1 in the end. You annihilated us on the night. You were brilliant. But all I can remember of the game was how loud it was. As a kid, I'd never been anywhere. Honestly, it was so.
Honestly, it's thing is this city it's football. Newcastle, we live and breathe football. Like for me, I go to work Monday to Friday, and I just want to go and see the lads do well on a Saturday or a Sunday or whenever we play, because like I say, I'm a Toon fan through and through, and like I say, you're a Blackpool fan through and through, and you live to see your team win. They say, you know, the way I look at it, if you win, great, but if you lose, you hit the booze, but you enjoy it and just try and talk about with your mates. And that's football. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I do sympathise with the Sunderland fans because they're very similar in terms of support. They've had a bit of a rough time. But, you know what I mean?
I mean, obviously, you know, they're rivals, and you give each other stick, I suppose. You know, Newcastle and Sunderland are pretty big rivals, but it's amazing how far they've fallen, really. And you know, we did watch Sunderland Till I Die, and I enjoyed it really because it just showed how hard it is to kind of run a football club. You know, they got those new guys in, and they were having to deal with, like, you know, people that have been there for years who just didn't buy it. They didn't buy into it at all, did they? You know, they got rid of a few, and they just, I don't know, they had that bit of bad luck where they had that young lad had come through, and I don't know if you watched it, but they had like a young striker, and they were trying to get him to sign a contract, and he was banging him in for fun. He was tearing people apart.
Oh yes, he went to the French league in the end, didn't he?
He went to the French, but his agent was an absolute swine, and they just couldn't get contact with him.
I think they would have went up if they kept him.
I think 100%. And then of course they spent $4 million on the bloody Will Grigg or something, didn't they, in the end?
Do you know what it is, though, Lee? Do you know what it is? There's a lot of clubs now that are on the decline. There's some clubs, I think it was Droylsden was a club in the National League. Apparently they're folded. That's where football's going now. Obviously Bury have gone. Charlton are in a lot of bother now. Obviously Blackpool had their time. Bees are fine now. Portsmouth had that time. They're fine. But there's a lot of clubs now, Lee, that have ceased to exist. Yeah,
I know. There's a lot of. It makes you wonder how many are actually going to survive this. You know, at the end of because it hasn't. It's not going to get much better because they're going to be starting this league, and you know, you might not get fans back till February, March. You know, you might not.
That's what I'm expecting.
And they're not going to get this income through. A lot of clubs, you know, like you know, Bolton, for instance, who seem to be in crazy financial trouble, and they're signing players and doing all this sort of stuff. But if they're not getting fans in at Bolton, and you know, they're just relying on this iFollow thing, and I don't know. I
don't know how that works. I don't know how that works for us though. Like, I know you've got like iFollow, but in the Premier League, I mean, we had obviously the games behind closed doors, and we don't have like a service for like 3 o'clock kickoffs or anything like that. We'll have to go to the games, or you watch the highlights and match of the day. Now, if we can't get back into stadiums for the start of next season, which will be next month, if we're not getting into at least January, then they're going to have to do something for us, for us Premier League clubs, because
we don't
get games streamed at 3 o'clock. I know you've obviously got your iFollow, but we haven't got anything like that. Yes, you've got Newcastle TV, and you've got all these other like TV channels streamed, but some of them aren't even that good, and some of them they're having the nerve to say you're going to have to pay like grands for like season tickets when we're not guaranteed to go back in for a certain time.
No, well, this is the thing that we're having at the moment. You won't have heard of it, but Blackpool have announced the season ticket prices. I think they're £299, and then they're giving us a £30 early bird discount, so it's £269 for a full ticket. But they're saying, obviously, if there's no match for you to go, they're going to give you a pass for iFollow.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. Well, that's okay for one ticket, but when I'm buying 4, I don't need 4 iFollow passes, do I? We can all watch it on the same TV.
Yeah, like so,
I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm paying like £80 here to watch a Blackpool match on TV, and I'm just thinking it's a lot of money. Ben's just said we ought to should meet about 7:30 and arrange the call. You know, arrange it all and make sure our screens are right. So I kind of agree with him on that, and we'll
Is it going to be on this, or is it going to be on Zoom?
It's going to be on StreamYard, yeah.
StreamYard. I was telling you about this. It's so much better than Zoom.
I know.
To be fair, that was the first ever time I'd use Zoom. I don't use anything like that. So,
well, the problem with Zoom was I can only record it. I can't live stream it.
Well, do you know what, Lee? I don't know what happened on Monday because I did nothing, and then all of a sudden it let us in. Like I was in your stream, and I was trying to talk, and something must have been coming through. Yeah. And then honestly, I just kept going in, out, and then I just come back in, and it was working. I'm thinking, wow, technology.
I think this is perfect. I think this is really good. Yeah. I like the way we can put the comments up on the screen, and we'll be able to talk to people, and they'll be able to have a conversation with us, and you'll all be able to see, you know, and they can obviously, you know, ask any one of us a question, and you know, I think it'll just be more organized. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of it in my head, because I keep thinking there's a lad, Door's bringing in a lad, Matchday Max, who is. You probably know him, yeah. He's coming on.
I don't know him personally. I've seen 1 or 2 of his vlogs.
He's supposed to be really, really good. He's got about 6,000 followers. He's Forest, but he has a lot of banter with Dore. They have a bit of ribbing of each other, so that should be quite interesting. Maybe lay off you for this time, Sharky, so you don't get quite as much abuse.
So to be fair, I wasn't expecting it on Monday, but it's kind of what I was expecting. It's fine. Do you know what it is? We have it amongst it. I've got loads of mates that support Newcastle. We all have banter amongst each other, and you know what our fan base is like. It can be toxic at times because of what's going on, but like you kiss and make up, and that's it. It's done. Do you know what I mean?
Ben's saying we all have to be obviously in landscape rather than portrait.
I have to do that.
I know you're in. I know you normally do streaming. You're obviously just on your phone, aren't you? But yeah.
But in terms of like stadiums only, I don't think we're going to get back in until at least. Well, they say in October. See, the way I look at it is, if they're not going to let fans in, like all fans in, I don't think anybody should be allowed until the note mathematically safe that we can get in. And that means everybody should be allowed to go in, and it generates a better atmosphere. Imagine playing in front of, like, say, you have a 52k stadium, only playing in front of like 20,000 fans. That's ridiculous.
And how are they going to do the social distancing? Because obviously you're all in your season tickets, aren't you? So you're all in your seats.
We've got I think there's over 30,000 season ticket holders. I don't know how we can do that. I don't know. The thing is, they're charging like $6 yeah.
It's going to chaos.
I sit next to a few of them, and honestly, there's a lot of complaints at the minute. But then again, our board don't speak to us, so
no, they're not. They're really not. I think it's a shame about all the new owners and everything. It's just a big mess.
It's all a method off club at the minute, though. There's a petition in the Premier League. I think there's 80,000 signatures have been signed now to get some sort of response from them, but whether that happens, we don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting anything from the Premier League. I'm just expecting Mike Ashley to run it until he finds somebody who's going to.
It's been a shame to watch your channel, really, because everybody was so buzzing, weren't they, about these new owners? You're getting Mike Ashley out. Everybody was like really happy.
I say that, Lee. Do you know what it is? It came around April time, and then I thought, right, okay, the first few months it was exciting, but then I lost interest on June the 1st, and now, well, the news is out last week. I think it was July the 30th. I wasn't surprised when they pulled out. I wasn't surprised. Honestly, it's like the rest of the owners that have tried to buy the club in the past. Somebody, either they're just not right or they just haven't got the money because the club's too expensive. I don't know. If the board don't come out and speak, then we don't really know how to go forward. I mean, the fans are always left in limbo. But it's people's mental health as well. It's a shame, the amount of Newcastle fans that have come out and said, it's messing with their mental health because they don't know what's going to go on for next season. They don't know if he wants to, be part of the football club anymore or what's going on with it. It's not a good place to be at. At this moment.
Stephen Roberts is saying to you, why don't Newcastle follow our ways or Blackpool ways and do a full boycott in Premier? That would have Sky all over it, but it's just arranging 50,000 people, isn't it?
Honestly, we've tried so many times before, but our fan base was so passionate. We love the club, and fans can't keep away. That's the thing, and that's not a bad thing. It's just we're built on football, and we just want to see, I wouldn't say instant success, but we want to see an ownership that's going to have the same transparency as the fans. We're not transparent with the ownership. And if it doesn't work both ways, then obviously there's a division. Yes, fans can keep away for so long, and we've tried it, but it doesn't work. I mean, we had the Arsenal game, first game of last season. What was it? 10,000 fans that kept away. But Mike Ashley gave away free half-season tickets, and fans were quick to snap them up because they were free. Just because when you have the Sky Sports and the pans around the ground, they don't like seeing empty seats. So I don't know. Do you know what? I think it's tough for a big fan base to have 50,000 keeping away. It's bad enough. Have 10.
One of the things that happened with Blackpool, which obviously you're not having at Newcastle, is the Oystons started suing fans. That there's a lot of people who were very unhappy with the Oystons for years, but they kept going. It doesn't matter. You're unhappy with them, but you keep going. And of course, they did get us in the Premier League, even if Bellicon got us in the Premier League. But they got Bellicon in. So if the Oystons, we'd have never had Bellicon. So in a way, you kind of thank them, but once they started suing people,
I'm glad
they started suing fans, and that was the end for most people. Once they start suing, people, and taking people to court for saying things on internet messaging.
It's wrong on all levels.
It's just honestly, and it's one of those things. It's when you sue people in that way over things that they've said about you. It's a very rich man's.
I don't think we've had that, Lee. For 13 years. Well, I would say we've protested for 13 years, but it's been a good, I would say, a decade, and nothing's happened in terms of a fan being taken to court or anything like that.
Once you start taking people to court for defamation. That's you've got to be very rich to like go to court against them. So it's a bit of a bullying.
But the thing is, the Oystons knew exactly what they were doing. The minute they got used to the Premier League, it was basically a quick paycheck for them. What did you get? Like, was it 90 million quid? You'd never seen anything of it. It was a quick paycheck for them.
It all went. Anyway, I'm going to get off because I've got to get off. This was just a test, and we will see everybody on Monday. It's on 8 o'clock on my channel, and Sharky's going to be on, and we won't be quite so hard on him next week.
That's all right, man. Bring it on.
And we're going to be talking to everybody. We've got chat on. It's going to be great. So I will look forward to seeing you on Monday, Sharky.
No problem.
And everybody else. Oh, Nick Muller just quickly came in. Oh, hang on. Oh, blooming it. Now this guy, Nick Muller, he also has a YouTube channel. He follows us. He has an Ipswich, but he actually lives in London, and he follows Ipswich. He follows Ipswich all the time. So he's got like a 2-hour train journey. So he's just
do not make me Ipswich away in the Championship. We lost 3-1, and that was the longest Monday journey I've ever made.
It's a long way in Ipswich. It goes on forever. There's no like motorway, as it just goes on this A road.
Oh, it was bad.
There's
honestly,
tractors and all sorts on it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But he's sitting on Ipswich train station, and he's just bought his new Ipswich shirt. So that's dedication for you. And he's got he's travelled from London to Ipswich to get his new football shirt. So there you are. Well done, Nick.
But yeah,
well done, Nick. We'll see you all on Monday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. And
cheers,
if you haven't subscribed to Lee Charles TV, do. If you haven't subscribed to Toon Army TV and Nick Muller down there and everybody else, we'll see you all on Monday. Thanks a lot. Take care, Sharky. Have a good weekend. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.